Hello and welcome to Paxton Road TV. This is the Paxton Road TV reaction show for the EFL Cup game. Burnley versus Tottenham Hotspur. And the score, Burnley 0, Tottenham 1, no penalties. We're here on time. It's happy days and we won the game. Oh, lads. What are we doing? Anyway, sorry. Before we start, like, subscribe, share, comment, Paxton Road TV. Thank you for getting us to 1,000 subs. We appreciate all the support. And we want to bring you as much content as possible. So please keep supporting us. Hit that like button, share, and as I said, comment as well. Welcome to gentlemen in the house. We have Mike Hotspur Hustler. We have Simon. We have Matt. We have Sean H. And we have Marlon in the house as well. Good evening, gentlemen. Let's go with Marlon.
Me.
Actually, we'll come to the guitar playing Sean H first because he's the happiest. He was the happiest at the start of this. So we'll come to him first. We won the game. We're through to the next round. Sean, give me your overview of the game itself. What did you think? How do you think the performance went? Is it just a case of being through to the next round? Is that all that matters?
Absolutely. To quote Mike, job done.
Yeah.
Job done. We're through, We're through to the next round. The only unfortunate thing is that Hill looks like he's got a bad pull. But I thought Burnley didn't really, did they really threaten us? I think they had one shot on target. I can remember Galini making one save, and I thought,
I've got the stats to come anyway. Don't worry.
Oh, you've got the stats. So yeah, come on. We're through the next round. City are out. There's a chance for this. Let's go for it. Come on, you Spurs.
I like that enthusiasm. That is absolutely fantastic. So we've got Premier Hotspur TV lads in the house as well. Simon, Matt, welcome. Let's come to you first, Simon. Thoughts on the game?
Yeah, it was absolutely the first 20 minutes was absolutely boring. I think Lucas come on. I think he did actually give us some more attacking threat. I think he was one of our best players tonight. I think him and Emerson go. Apart from that, our first shot on goal, 65 minutes it took us. Absolutely dreadful. But as what Sean said there, job done. We're through to the next round. And City are out. This could be our cup. This could be our year. It could be our year.
I hope we draw Sunderland in the next round. That's the only thing I hope we do, because any other team, I'm not so sure. And even Sunderland were bloody bantering. They said something like, I saw this meme saying something like, they hope they get Arsenal or Spurs in the next round.
That was their coach.
Yeah, and then after that, I hope they get one of the big boys. They're taking a full piss. They're taking a full piss here. Matt, tell me, do you enjoy that game?
I wouldn't say I enjoyed it, but I'm obviously happy with the win. I don't know how much more I can watch of this, this type of football. It feels very Jose-esque to me, maybe even worse. Obviously, I'm happy we're through, but I know City are out, but there's still some good teams in there. I wouldn't want to get West Ham. I think they'd beat us. You still got Chelsea in there. We're bound to get, someone like that. It'd be nice to get a home draw, to be honest, because I feel like we're away all the time. But yeah, I thought Ramiro had a good game again. I actually think Davinson Sanchez wasn't too bad for his standards. I do like Emerson going forward. He looks like it's actually nice to see him go forward tonight and actually put crosses into the box. Looks like he's got a bit of quality on him. But I am worried about how many chances we're creating, and goals coming into this team. It is a worry, but defensively we don't look too bad. But I don't think Burnley really went at us until the last sort of 10 minutes, and that was a bit nervy. But
it looked like as you said, it looked like two nervous teams to me for that first half. It was basically whoever was going to make a mistake was going to be the one that was going to be conceding the goal. As I said, there was not much in that first half, to be fair. Like I said, I don't think there was any shots from anybody on target in that first half. Somebody's got something in the background. Is that something?
Oh, stop!
Oh, it might be Marlon. It might be Marlon. We'll cut Marlon. Oh, he's gone.
He's had enough. He's upset.
Red card.
Sorry, Marlon. I don't mean it that much. It's not that bad. Come on, Mike. Yeah, as you said, it's all important to get through to that next round. Let's hope we get a good draw, maybe a home draw as well. but just in terms of the team selection, we'll come to that in a minute. And what's your overriding thoughts on Nuno in terms of the team selection and obviously the substitution?
I think he got it. I think he got it right. Like I think the combination of sort of your second string, if you want to call them that, and the sort of the players that played at the weekend. I think you got the combination right. I think we controlled the game. Like the first, 15 odd minutes. Yeah, it was a little bit nervy from both teams, but Burnley never looked like scoring. And and this is where I go back. I don't think the issue is with our defence. Defensively, we're pretty sound and pretty solid. Since he's changed it to that to this formation of 4-2-3-1. Defensively, we look fine. We look fine. And I think we control. As I say, I think we controlled the game. The only thing we didn't really do was just get the shots on target. But I'm putting this down. It looks like it's confidence, so that's what I'm gonna. That's what I think it is. I think some of the players are just lacking a bit of confidence in the final third, which is perhaps why we're not seeing the opposition goals sort of peppered a little bit more than what we would probably like to see. So, I like Sean said, and what I say quite often, got the job done. So into the next round, and it doesn't really matter how you play in the cup games, is it? As long as you get through to the next round, you can always build on performances. So. Yeah,
we better start getting some bricks in if we're going to build on that performance. Marlon, what's your thoughts?
Happy we went through. To be fair, I thought it was all right. It wasn't the greatest. I think one of the issues was definitely having the two, I would say, holding midfielders in there, because you can see after a while, Burnley was sitting back and we couldn't create chances. So once he made that change, I think we played a lot better. But I just think that was just one of the main issues there. But against a better team, can you not play with two holding midfielders? Is that going to be an issue for us? Throwing that out there.
I'd always play two holding midfielders against a better team, but that's just me.
But then you lack creativity, isn't it?
Top, yeah.
It's a tricky one.
All right, let's go to this. Let's go and have a look at the stats. Let me just share the screen anyway, because I think it's important to kind of have a look and see what we're doing and how we are progressing in terms of shots, targets, and all the rest of that sort of stuff. Sorry, it's taking a little bit longer than I thought. I've got to get it up. What's going on in the background? Here we go. I've got it now. Here we go. I'll share that. Right. Can we see that? Yeah, we got that. Yeah, we're just going to put this into slideshow presentation mode. Right, so 38% to them, 62. That's not right. Wrong one. Sorry about this, lads. Having a little bit of technical difficulties here. Let me stop this. I'll come back. I'll come back to that in a minute.
And just you think I've been on the source.
I'm looking at this thing and it's saying it's on my screen, but it's not on yours. The team selection, I think, was right. I think it was balanced. It had a number of players in there that, you know, we saw the likes of Kane starting. I think that was a good opportunity. Make him captain, get him on the pitch. I don't know if we saw the best of him, obviously, tonight. Didn't get a goal, but doing enough to kind of, you know, suggest that he was working hard enough, but still not giving. It's Burnley. Burnley haven't won any Premier League games this season. They haven't won anything. You know, 9 games in the Premier League. They're lacking confidence. They didn't exactly put out their strongest 11. Neither did we. And it looked like two teams that were lacking in confidence. But my issue was that it does seem to take us until, you know, quite a long time in the game to get the opportunities to try and at least get shots on target. I would expect us in a cup game to make this more of a cup game. I know we're lacking a bit in confidence, but, you know, there was enough players in there to suggest that, you know, we could at least go for it. Bergwijn still coming back from injury. Gill obviously unlucky coming off with that hamstring injury. But yeah, right, the players that came on, Lucas, he's got a lot of energy. He's got bundles of energy, and he I think that's what helps. It's like someone at least do something, to try something, and run at players. Do you see if we played like that against Manchester United, again, another team that's lacking in massive confidence at the moment, how would you see that game going? Sean, I'll come to you first on that one. Did you? Sure. Did you catch me on that?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I think
He was having a
Manchester
fit.
United would be a whole different kettle of fish to Burnley. Yeah, I think, to be honest, we need to be very wary about Manchester United. They're like a wounded animal coming to us on Saturday. But I do agree with you on the comments you made about the team. I thought it was a good balanced team. I have to say, I thought Harry was like an old rusty bike out in the rain all night. I mean, from that chance that Lo Celso set him up in the first half, he just and he seemed to get bullied by their defender. I've never seen Kane get so bullied by central defenders as I've seen him this season. He loses the ball. He's not functioning, and it's starting to concern me now. Because he's not playing into form like I expected him to.
Do you think he's trying too hard? I think sometimes when you try too hard, things don't happen for you.
But I think we've also got to think that they do need to try hard. I think that has been some of the misgivings for some of the team. They don't look like they're lacking in a bit of effort. So Harry Kane is pretty much a natural goal scorer. I say that his record speaks for itself. But there's something that's just not within his game at the moment. That could be down to a lot of reasons. But is it a case of we just need to keep playing? I'm glad that Nuno did play him tonight, because that might, again, help him towards Saturday. Son came on as well, and Ndombele came on. Last week, we probably didn't play any of those guys, and that rustiness kind of showed in the performance that we had. This time, they've had some minutes. They've had a bit of a run out, and we have to go into that game against Man U on the front foot. Now, do you see, and I'll come to you, Mike, do you see Nuno really going for it on Saturday? I know we're kind of looking at this game, but I want to try and move to Saturday, because if we play like this tonight, Man United have got a lot more weapons, a lot more in their arsenal to kind of, and they might play a counter-attack game, which might not help us. So do you think that we need to change the way we play or the approach in the game on Saturday?
I think the only thing that we have to change is tonight. I know we're all criticising Kane, and I get it to a certain degree, but how many times was the ball pinged at his head or pinged at his chest? It's like Burnley are quite a physical team, and they're going to be quite when it comes to balls in the air. I mean, they're quite quite a physical team, pretty decent in the air. So if you're going to get the best out of Kane, play it to his feet. Don't keep pinging it to, ping it to everywhere else on his body other than his feet. But I think if we're gonna get any luck against Man United, play to his strengths, play the ball to his feet, so he can. So because he knows with Kane, he knows already before the ball's coming into him, he knows where he wants to put the ball. So if you play it into his feet, then he's got a fighting chance to put the ball where he wants to when it actually comes into him. I.e., he wants to put it into that corner for Son to run into. So. Yeah, just play it to the feet. I saw the ball in the air a little bit too much in the final third. I think we just got to be quicker. That's what I think is lacking in the final third. We just dwell on it a little bit too much. We don't foresee that pass before it's actually coming into the players. So, but like Simon said, I think, and this is where I go back with Lucas Moura. I think he is an impact player because he plays much better when he comes on as a sub than when he's actually starting.
True.
And I think Bergwijn, I think he looked quite lively today. I know you can argue that again, his final ball wasn't great, etc. But if I was going into Man United game, I might be tempted to go with Bergwijn and then bring Moura on as an impact sub, just because I think he plays better as an impact sub. But yeah, I think our build-up play just needs to be quicker. Passing needs to be quicker. We just need to be zapping it about far quicker than what we are. We just sit on it, dwell on it, and we look comfortable in possession, but we're not really hurting the opposition. So, yeah,
I think the attack's the issue, and
it is.
I see your point with you saying Bergwijn to start instead of Lucas, but Bergwijn to me, I know he's been injured. It's only been like his second game, but I don't know with him, man. My patience is very thin with him. I don't think he offers a lot for us. And basically on the right side, that's where we're missing something. It's like, I don't know.
I mean, he's not going to change it for Man United. He's going to put more in there, and they do link up quite well. But I don't know. I'm saying this, and Moore will probably have a good game if he starts. So I don't know.
My only problem with the sort of the Moore and Hill issue tonight was that they're both playing on their wrong wings. You know, I mean, Hill is not an inverted winger. He just isn't. He's a left-sided player, and that's how he's played in Spain. And we're not getting the best out of him by putting him on the right.
And this is why I showed it. I showed it as being him playing on the left because I thought when I saw the lineup that's how they'd play. Obviously, we saw Bergwijn on the other side, and we saw Brian on the, as you said, on the right-hand side. I'll come to Matt. Matt, who did you think was man of the match today? Who performed well for you in the team?
Well, it's definitely one of the defenders. I think Emerson had a good game, but I'll probably go Ramiro. I thought he was very commanding.
Oh, absolutely, all day.
You know, at the back. You know, how many times of that last 10 minutes he was winning? I mean, he jumps like a warrior, doesn't he? He
like a gazelle, isn't he?
Yeah, he's unbelievable. Great with the ball, and I think he has helped our two centre backs. I think he's making Dyer and Sanchez look a lot better than they were kind of last season. I don't know if they've, you know, whether quality around them helps. I'd go Ramiro. I thought he had a good game, but I did like Emerson tonight. You know, coming forward. My take on the Bergwijn thing is I don't think he's very good. I don't think he's good enough. He doesn't attack the fullback. He doesn't go down the line. He tries to cut inside every time. So predictable. He hasn't scored in 15 months. That's not good enough for £25 million. You know, and a winger. You know, I think Moore, you know, gives us a lot more. But yeah, he is good off the bench. But I just don't think Bergwijn's good enough to be
didn't Bergwijn score the other day? In the last season, I saw he scored a rocket goal.
He hasn't scored in 15 months, apparently. Yeah.
United, didn't
he?
He scored against Villa.
Yeah. Villa
scored that goal against
Villa.
Other than that, he was just
but he does that, doesn't he? He'll score like one good goal with rocket. You think here he comes, and then you know he gets injured. He's almost another. Too many of these players get injured too much, like, you know, too quick. Like, look at Sessegnon. Where is he? What's happened to him? He just can't stay fit. Bergwijn can't stay fit. You know, you got to worry about. You got to worry about.
Sanchez was pretty solid today.
Yeah, he was good. He made a good interception when Burnley nearly scored, didn't he? I thought it was in.
I thought it was in as well. I was ready to go mad at him.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. But no, I think Ramiro for me tonight.
Yeah. For me, the man of the match, I think, was Emerson. I think Emerson created a lot more down the wide areas than the forwards did, to be fair. Which is understandable because that's what he's in the team for, more so for his attacking than his defending. Simon, what did you think of our play in the final third? Where's our creativity going to come from going forward in the squad, in this team, should I say?
Well, we didn't see. I didn't see nothing going forward up to the 65th minute tonight. I mean, Tungi needs to be in there. That's one. When Tungi come on, when Son come on, and when Lucas come on, you need to support the quality there. I said from the start with Celso, I don't think this guy offers us anything. So going forward, we need the likes of Son and Tungi, especially Tungi in that 10 role. And going back on what you're saying about Bergwijn, I think Lucas plays better in a 10. I really do. It's hard to pick between Lucas and Tungi because I think Lucas does play better in the 10 role. I really do.
Yeah, they do two different things. Tanguy's going to be the one that you might beat a man, but then try a little ball. It looks like Moore is just going to, I'm going to run at you, I'm going to run at you, and I'm going to run at you. And then if he runs up
and then he runs into a defender.
And his decision making.
Well, that's the problem with Moore in the 10 because we don't have the width. You saw it against West Ham. He went into the sort of number 10 position, and we just.
Yeah, but when he goes that wide, he doesn't really take on people. I mean,
I mean that's up to the manager to get on him or ask Emerson to bomb forward a bit more. You know,
Moore's neither fish nor fowl. He scored the winner tonight, but other than that, he's, you know, I could count on the fingers of one hand what he did tonight. That really impressed me. I mean, how many times did the ball bounce off his shins? It was like he had metal legs or something, and we kept conceding the ball. And more than once, Emerson dug his mate out tonight. I mean, I don't get this more, love. He's just so frustrating for me. his lack of vision and everyone's having a go at Lo Celso. Who set up the chance for Kane to nearly hit the corner flag?
Do you know what it is, Sean? For me though, it's when more you cannot knock his effort levels. I've rarely seen him lack effort and commitment. Yeah, his quality does go up and down at times, but he scored the goal and he's trying to G up the away fans. You know what I mean? That's the sort of thing we want to see from all the players. You've got to take into consideration his quality. I know he plays in this 10 and he's not going to give you the threaded balls. He's not going to be any Eriksen's, nowhere near the level of Tango in that position. But what he does do, he creates problems. And at least for that reason alone, he's in the team to give you something. But yeah, going forward, I just think, the better teams, the better defenders will be able to defend him, because you can run him into avenues on the area and then he'll run into a brick wall and then that's it, he's done. So it's just a case of, finding the right position. Maybe they have to play him slightly inside, but then it's a bit more of a lopsided thing, like we used to do with Eriksen. So bring Eriksen in.
He's like a puppy when he gets the ball. He kicks it ahead of him thinking he's still playing on the park or in the favelas. But the trouble is there's a 6'4" defender coming for him,
Yeah. I do think he's better than Bergwijn, though. I'd rather get rid of Bergwijn and keep Moura, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm not saying get rid of them.
Oh, no, I don't think we can't afford to get rid of him at all. There's more players that need to go before
replace him.
Yeah. Marlon, the stats. So 38% possession, 62 to us. 5 shots, 10. 1 on target to Burnley. They were quite poor today anyway as well. I think we were definitely much better in the second half than we were the first half, and our shots all came in terms of the on target shots in that second half. 3 corners, 11 fouls each. This looks like a bit of a pattern. Do you think that what does Nino need to do to get more attacking threat? How can he get more creativity? Marlon, I want to, because I want to see us at least attack. I want to see us at least, go for the. And when he made the substitution and brought Joe Rodon, and I thought, you know what? There's 2 ways you can defend the last part. You can bring somebody on to stretch defenses, and that's how you can defend it by attacking the kind of counter-attack. Or you do what he did and bring on Rodon and take off somebody else, which always makes me believe, you know what? It just doesn't fill me with confidence. So what can we do creative-wise to improve ourselves?
You know what? I was in the group. I was waiting for you to talk about having those shots in the second half, but we had quite a few.
Yeah.
I was waiting for the negativity. But
yeah, but none in the first half.
To be fair, Burnley are a horrible team. I want them to go down. They remind me of Stoke. That's a team that you just don't want to play because they don't play football. How many long throw-ins did they have? It just got ridiculous.
It's all direct, isn't it?
All direct. It's horrible. But I think the only way forward is potentially not to play Skips and Højbjerg together, but it depends on the team you're playing against. Like today, he could have went with Lo Celso, Ndombele, and Højbjerg or Skip. This Højbjerg or Skip with either Ndombele and Lo Celso. You could have went with one of those 3 in the middle, just to give us more options going forward. Because there was a pattern after a while.
Sam, towards your answer about the defense. Sorry.
No. I just think that's the only way. When you're playing against a team like that, just attack them. Because I think our defense is quite solid. Maybe I shouldn't say that too early because Man U might rip us to pieces. Because as you said before, I think Man U are going to go for us, but we might scrape through. But I just think, we've got the players to go for it against these teams like Burnley, and just needs to go for it. And
but I think
create chances.
Yeah, I think Mike mentioned it earlier about the confidence, though. So, again, he could have played with 1 less of the Højbjerg or Skip, but I think that would have made us a little bit more vulnerable because they've probably been 2 of our better players this season anyway, particularly Skip.
Not going forward, though.
But not going forward. But what we've got to do is I think Nuno wants to now be solid. I think he wants to have this solidity and maybe protect a bit more in the back line, and particularly today because we had Sanchez in that back line with Romero. Romero's going to be a standout player for us anyway. But Sanchez, there's still questions to be asked about him. But he did have a decent enough game today. But I think if you don't play Højbjerg and Skip together, then you're likely to have to play who? Lo Celso and Ndombele. Would you play Dele and Ndombele? Ndombele's got to be. Who do you then play? And then you might be a bit more vulnerable. So who would you play in that? If you wasn't going to play Højbjerg or Skip, Mike, who would you play as the 2 in front of them?
for not going to play either Højbjerg or Skip.
Yeah.
Mate, that's suicide.
Does it depend on the opponent? It depends on the opponent.
Oh man, who would I play? You'd have to go to Lo Celso. And you know what? I would. Do you know? I'll tell you what. I'm going to put out there. I'd go Harvey White. I'd bring him up. I'd try him. He's young.
Thought he was going to say Winks then. I was like,
oh, he's going to go out. That would have been the end of the show, mate. End of the show.
No, I'm not going Winks. I think Winks. I think Winks, as a footballer, Winks is technically he's a good footballer, but he's just done with Spurs. He needs to move on for his own sake. But I'd give Harvey White a go. The couple of games that he's seen in the first team, he's got the ability. Chuck him in, see what he's about. Sink or swim. Against Burnley, we possibly. I mean, you could have perhaps played Harvey White and put in Skip or Højbjerg alongside him, and then whoever in front. But that double pivot, if you haven't got Højbjerg or Skip against a top team, you'd have to change the whole formation. You'd have to go 3-5-2 or.
You may as well be waving the white flags if you do that. You know, if you're playing anyone in the top four and you don't have the double pivot, you're giving it away.
I tell you what, you could do. You could go Romero Sanchez, and then you could probably play Dyer and
that's true.
One other.
Dyer there. That's a good point.
What Dyer?
You could play Dyer. Dyer and someone else
in midfield.
You can do it. You can do the job.
Okay, no.
Do you know what we're saying about not doing this against the top four teams? But I think a lot of the teams in the Premier League, if we were to do that, they'd get at us quite easy.
I'm only going on the basis if Skip and Højbjerg were not available.
I think they have to play. I personally believe those two players in any team we play have to play. The reason I say that is because Højbjerg can give you some more going forward. He's proven that for Denmark. I think what it is though, I'm not sure if this is, and this is what I'm going to ask Simon. And it was, I don't know if they're instructed to be a bit more defensive. Is that Nuno's style? The other thing I wanted to ask you was no Winks, no Dele in the squad tonight. What does that mean for those two players then?
They're gone.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Always to me, Sam. Always to me, because of Dele Alli. Harry Winks, he's been done at his club for a long, long time. He's definitely got to go. And I have been defending Ali, and it looks like he has fallen out of favour with Nuno. So if he's not been picked tonight in the Carabao Cup and he's not been played, he has to go. He'll have to go in January. But who's going to pay 40 million? Because that's what Danny Lee wants.
Send him to Newcastle. I think there's a comment in the stream here. I think that someone put in there 40 million to Ali. I don't know if that was true or whether that was wishful thinking, but I don't know.
We'll be lucky to get 40 million for him.
Yeah, mate. If we get 40 million for him, I'll bite their hands off. Drive him to the airport or wherever it is.
Both those players, Winks and Ali, for me, have to move on for their careers. Not because they're bad. Well, I say not bad players. They are decent players, but they're not going to perform at the level at Spurs. They're both lacking in confidence. And if they can't play in a Carabao Cup game tonight against Burnley, then there really isn't any opportunity for them. I can't see.
There's no point getting rid of them if we're not going to replace them.
Well, that's the point. So who would you bring in? I don't know.
Why can't we bring in the lad from Metz, Sarr? He's a box-to-box player. He can play in that double pivot.
But the agreement is he has a season at Metz. So we have to pay more.
100%.
Pay the fee. If he's that good, pay the money and bring him in.
I don't even think it's as easy as that. The whole idea for them to sell him to us was the fact that they wanted him back. They weren't prepared to let him go to us this season. So that was a deal, and it was a good deal to get because he's a quality player. I don't know what it would take to get him out. Whether they could say, "Look, we'll give you another extra 20 million," but is it going to be worth it? He's not played. He's
very young. He's very young,
and he's young, so he's going to need time to develop anyway. So you could bring him in, but he might still need 3 or 4 months. Do you know what I mean? Regardless of how good you are coming from any league abroad, and if you're not playing in the Premiership, you are going to need time. We've seen that with a number of players. There's very few players that just come in and bam, they've done it. It's very few players. So I don't think we should
bring him in next pre-season. That's what.
100%. I don't think we should be putting the pressure on an 18-year-old to do that. We've done that too much with certain players. So again, give him time to do what he needs to do at Metz. come in next season, have the pre-season. If Nuno's still there, then yeah, gradually get him in and then see how we can develop the team going forward. Last little bits on this then. I guess I'll come around to all of you. Is Nuno safe for now? What do you think his thoughts were after this game? And I'll come to you because I don't know. Sometimes of his interviews, he kind of says, "Yeah, we were a better team. We actually bossed out and didn't." And I'm thinking, are you just saying that, or do you actually mean that? I don't know what he actually means sometimes. So I'll start with you, Marlon. How do you think Nuno will see tonight's performance, or is he not bothered? It's just about getting through.
I think just give him the season, see how he does. If he doesn't do well or improve, oh, I heard someone saying. Just give him a season, see how he does. Let's see. You have to give him enough time to build a bond with the players and have his ideas and his so-called philosophy and see how it pans out. I think when you keep chopping and changing managers, it's just going to put us in a situation where we're not going to get any better. And to be honest, who is out there to move this club forward? And let's not say Conte, because
I won't want Conte.
We don't have the budget for him, and he ain't got no time for Spurs. So I don't know. I just think give him time, and hopefully we'll just do better than where we are at the moment.
Sean, I'll come to you then next. Would you think Nuno will be satisfied with tonight, just getting through, or is there more that he can do to improve this team? I'm almost looking at Saturday because Saturday is really going to be a test for us. I don't care what form Man United are in; it's going to be a massive test.
I think Nuno's under pressure, without doubt. You know, it's a big job being manager of Tottenham Hotspur. Otherwise, you don't get paid the big bucks. Well, he isn't, but you know, historically we're a bigger team than most people give us credit for. But I think he's under pressure. He'll be happy he's got through. He's still in the 4 competitions that we're in, technically. You know, so we'll we'll take that.
That's good.
You know, we'll take that. You know, we've got to really stamp our authority, as you say, on Saturday against United. You don't know what sort of team they're going to get. Pogba's missing, I'm assuming, after his sending off.
Yeah.
So they'll have some issues in midfield. Maybe some people might say that actually makes them a more dangerous proposition without Pogba because he's a bit of a maverick. But I just think we've got to, you know, hit them hard and just, you know, come on the front foot. We cannot afford to be slow as we've been doing in these last few games. You know, we need to come out and be, you know, ruthless. You know, and I think he'll play the same team that's been playing in the league. He may even play the same team against West Ham.
Potentially, I think there could be maybe a change. I think when we talk about, I don't know, would he bring Bergwijn in? I don't know. I'm not sure. No. He probably will play the same team. Just want to come to the super chat here from David. Thank you very much, David. Massive respect. Nuno stands on the side looking clueless, stroking his beard. That does not put confidence in players. Matt, is it a case of Nuno does he have to show more in terms of the attacking side of things? Because I know he's a defensive-minded manager, and I think we've probably got that sorted out now. But in the final third, we lack ideas. It seems the ideas in that final third. I saw a couple of passes from the Celso that were just off to Kane. It was just behind him or just in front of him. There's nothing that seems to really be quality in that final third. That's what they really need to work on. What can he do between now and Saturday, if anything?
Well, he's got to take the shackles off. I think the players. I think, you know, obviously you got to be careful against United, but you know they are a wounded animal, and I personally think they do want Solskjaer out. So I think if we need to go at them from the start, we need to be quick. We need to pass the ball faster. You know, get our creative players on the ball. You know, actually take some shots for once. You know, outside the box. Mora had one, you know, tonight, and it was a good save by, you know, Nick Pope. I think we need to be clinical as well. You know, on Saturday when we get our chances. You know, something we were doing under Mourinho, but something at the moment we're not quite, you know, everyone's sort of off form. You know, you need to get Son in the game. I think he's probably one of our most dangerous players. He's looked a bit, you know, quiet. I think the key as well, you know, I think get the fullbacks for width. I really do. I think ask Emerson and Reguilon to bomb on, to be honest. I don't want to see any more of this kind of so compact in the middle. We need to stretch the pitch. It's Luke Shaw. He's not playing well. Maguire's he's having a shocker. I think they're gettable. I think we can get at United. Liverpool played well on Sunday, but to be honest, it was very easy. And I do think that there's signs there that we can get at them, but we have to start fast, like I've said. And I'd like to see Emerson get forward like he did tonight, because he offers us width, and he's actually got a good cross on him as well. That's personally what I'd like to see.
Any double pivot named after a McDonald's burger, you've got to stand a chance, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not having it, because they are pony.
Well, and then we were talking about Pogba sort of earlier, but to be honest, he didn't really play that much, against Liverpool. He came on in the second half. I think it's Fred and McTominay. I think you can get at them. I personally think well, I don't want to say it's a good time to play United, but I think it is a big game for us, and
it's big for them, though, isn't it?
What it is for me?
It is big for them. Yeah.
It's big for them.
I've never known Man United fans asking us to beat them.
Well, they want Ollie gone, so they would rather lose to us and see him gone. But he's not going. The thing what I think that's going to be Saturday though is Ollie. I think will go back to his counter-attacking football, and if he does that, we're going to have a problem, because they have got so much on the break, and that's for me is going to be the danger. I know we're at home, but I just don't know if we applied enough pressure in that sense. Are we going to be able to withstand that? I'm a little bit concerned, because I think Ollie is not going to go and press us like how he pressed Liverpool. I don't think that's going to happen. So
you don't reckon?
No, I don't. I can't see it, because them players ain't doing it for him. Those players are not pressing, and if they can't get that right in a week, you can't get the real pressing that you need to do. Don't
you think they'll look at us and be like, these boys are here for the taking? We press them, hustle them. We could get something from it.
Oh well, talk music. Hey, the McFred sandwiches quality. We'll be talking about him on the weekend. Talk him. He's from our sister channel, Man United Agenda. I don't know what he thinks about. Put something in the comments. Do you think you lot are going to go for it, or are you going to sit back? I think they're going to sit back personally. Simon, what's your thoughts about the game? Do you want to see any personnel change, or is it going to be the same team that lined up against West Ham?
Well, firstly, Sam, let's just go back to that. When you say about Nuno, is I think he bought himself another couple of games tonight, because I think if he had lost this and lost to United, that would have been it for me. But he's won tonight, and whatever happens against United, I think he'll still buy himself another 1 or 2 games. But I think he needs to play that team, what he did with the Geordies. I think that's our best. I think that's our best team. And I think I'll go with Matt when we've got take the shackles of some of these players. I think he sets up not to lose. He's scared not to lose, and instead of worrying about attacking these sort of teams, and that's what I'm saying. So I think we need to play from the word go, high tempo, go at United, because as you said there, Sam, if you let United on that counter attack, they have got some absolute worldies of players who just hurt us. So to me personally,
the thing is, that's the bench as well.
Ollie hasn't got a Scooby about what he's doing. He manages Man United like he's playing FIFA. They're just all over the shop. I'm not having it that they're going to be tactically superior than Nuno, because Ollie's I'm
saying that, mate. I'm saying,
but they have got a good team.
Both of them are absolutely out of their depths at both of these football clubs. You know what I mean? Me personally, but what I'm saying, if United do pound the counter attack and we're not fully aware of it, I mean, they've got the quality to hurt us. I'm not saying that's down to Solskjaer's tactics. That's down to individual brilliance they've got in front of goal. You know what I mean?
At the end of the
with
day,
Ronaldo, people say he's over the hill. This guy, I'm worried about this guy at the weekend. Me personally,
yeah. They've definitely got the players to hurt us. But
I think I'm really on board with what Matt was saying. Let's take a few more shots. Let's be a bit brave.
I know.
You know, let's you get a deflection, it comes off of Maguire's arse and it goes in. You know. Make De Gea earn his money, you know.
So the comment here from Talk is saying Ollie has to go for it, in my opinion. He's on borrowed time and he may as well go out with a bang. I want to come back to a Monday as well, because a Monday Juma, again from the Man United agenda, we are not so confident beating Spurs, even less confident beating you guys on Paxton Road tomorrow. Yeah, we're going to have you tomorrow. We've got to have somebody, you know what I mean? So that should be a good one. I've got a super chat here. Again, really massive thanks out to Tin Man here, 007. This win just papers over the massive cracks. We all know how this is going to end. We are so lacking of any ideas and creativity and look so boring.
We're going to win the Carabao Cup.
Mike, final thoughts. What's your final thoughts?
On tonight's game, I'm just going with the fact that we kept a clean sheet. I don't think we looked like we were going to concede. I think we had control of the game. I just go back to that point. We just, in the final third, the decision making needs, like Moura had a chance, didn't he, to slot Harry Kane through in the first half. Yeah, he chose Bergwijn, which is the more difficult pass. It's things like that. Just need to just think a little bit more clearer. You got Kane, world-class finisher. Use him to put the ball in the back of net. Job's a good one. But yeah, I just think we just need to. Something just needs to click in the final third. Whether it's playing to feet, whether it's, I don't know, doing it quicker, being a little bit more. We look very lethargic in the final third. That just needs to change. Once we've got that and that clicks, I think we'll fall into place, and everything will sort of naturally evolve. Once you've got we've got a solid back line, but once that final third sort of clicks, then I think we'll start seeing more positive results and more shots on goal. So, yeah, and bring on Man United.
I hope you're right. I really do, Mike, because these lot tomorrow, when we go on their show on Monday, Mr. B, Errol, you know what's going to happen if we lose to them. We
lose, but I don't think they're going to give us anything, mate. I think they're all hurt.
They want us. They want to lose. They want to lose because they want Ollie gone.
I've got a few Man United fans, and they're hurt.
Cast aside those negative thoughts, Sam.
I'm trying, Sean. I'm trying. Yeah, so we're through to let's end positively. We are through to the next round. The draw is on Saturday, Friday, whenever the draw is. Let's see who we get. Someone said it was Saturday.
Half five.
I thought it was in the morning on Soccer AM, I think I read.
It is on Soccer AM, yeah.
Half 10, Saturday morning, apparently.
I was waiting for it. Okay.
Solo 7 is saying in Ollie we trust. So I think he's tongue in cheek there. It's right. The game on Saturday has been dubbed El Sakiko because one of their managers potentially could go. I saw that on Instagram. I was like pissing myself when I saw that. But I'm not quite sure because Man United have already come out and said they're not getting rid of Ollie unless he gets pammed by us, which we're not going to do. And I don't think Nuno's bought himself enough time, even if the result doesn't go his way against Man United on Saturday.
If we did pam Man United, Ollie's gone. He'll be gone on the weekend. There's no way. If you get battered by us, who we can't even get a shot on target in even the first half or the second half. There's no way Ollie's going to keep his job. He's gone.
But we're in the league. Just asking.
We're six. We're 6. They're 7.
That's what it's crazy.
How are we?
It's mad, isn't it?
Jesus.
It's mad, isn't it? How are we 6? We're not even that far behind.
If we were to do a Liverpool to them, Ole won't even get on the coach on the way home.
He will resign.
Listen, guys, we've got.
He'll be given he'll be given the train ticket at Euston.
Yeah, probably will. We've got a few things coming up. We've got tomorrow night. We've got a double preview. We've got one on Paxton Road. We've also got one on the United agenda. So a few of us will be going on that. Sid on Friday. I'm not sure what topic we've got yet, but I'm sure it'll be something that's gonna, whet the appetite. And then, the game Saturday review show for that after that. So yeah, there's plenty to go on. I don't know. Well, let's wait. I'm gonna end it positively. Well done, Spurs, for tonight's win through to the next round. Mike, Simon, Matt, Sean, and
We're
Marlon.
on our way
Thank you
to
very
Wembley.
much.
So we get Sunderland next.
Let us hope we do get Sunderland, because I think we've got a better chance of beating them than we have
Let's hope
anybody
it's
else.
not a London derby.
Oh,
So
The whole tie.
it's another London derby.
Chelsea.
No, I
Oh.
want a London derby. We need
No,
something.
you
I
don't,
bloody
Marlon.
don't.
Don't lie.
No, we
You
don't.
don't want a London derby.
We
I
don't.
don't want a London derby. Before we go, like, subscribe, share, comment. Thank you very much. This has been the Paxton Road TV team. Whew, time for bed. Time for bed. See you guys.
yeah.
Ciao, ciao.
Oh, music. I forgot. Do you know what? I almost forgot the music there. It's
You're
like,
having a
going, I was
mare,
like,
boy.
see you
You're having
later.
a mare.
I'm having a bad one.
Bit
I
on the
need a drink.
sauce.
It's because I've not even had a drink. That's the problem. Anyway, this we're going out now.
It's
See
a
you later.
Winx-like performance from Sam.